JS and I are back together, and this time we're looking at how public speaking builds social connections. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, if someone is privileged to speak to an audience, isn't it an opportunity to build social connections?
And I love that. Because every opportunity counts for you to display your skills. I think I've said it over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, it would do well if you look for opportunities to speak. It allows you to showcase your personality, your knowledge, your skills. And it's a magnetic position to be in. Okay, when you do well, people will come around. Oh, may I have your, oh, could we have drink? Could we? You know, people want to associate with you.
With you, yes.
Right? So it builds your network, your social connections. And that's good.
When we talk about connecting with the audience, I think we're actually connecting on several levels.
Yes, we're connecting on several levels.
Maybe one level of connection is that the topic that you're talking about, for instance, is an interest is shared between you and your audience. What other levels of connection are there?
So we have connections in different levels, and we use the word quite loosely.
Yes.
You know, then connecting, making friends. You know,
Sure.
That's another kind of connection.
Yes.
It may be social, it could also be professional,
Yes.
right? But
yes.
that is where social connections will come in.
Will come in.
Yes.
I want you to talk about how one would feel comfortable. You're no longer on stage. You're not, quote unquote, performing. But then you still have to find a way to feel comfortable within these smaller groups, the mushroom groups.
Yes. Life doesn't start and end on the stage as a public speaker. As a matter of fact, it probably starts on the stage and propels you into places that you may never have imagined. Because you see, what you're doing on stage is you're starting a relationship. You're starting a relationship, whether social or business, professional, whatever. Okay? You're trying to get your audience to believe in you and what you say.
Yes.
So that doesn't end on stage, right? People want feedbacks. People want follow-ups. So people will follow you wherever you go. Haven't dropped the message, haven't assimilated, accepted, and whatever your message. They come after you. That, hey, what you started, you have to finish it. So that will take you to dinner, take you to the clubs, like you talk, you know, and all those other places. So you don't preach one thing on stage and get off stage
And become something else.
something else. It's very dangerous. A few people who have tried that have had their fingers burnt. Which is why you have to always be yourself. Present you.
Because it's difficult to act.
Because it's difficult to act
Somebody
or to
else.
sustain an act.
Yes, yes.
You know. So it takes you, whatever you present or whatever relationship you develop on stage, you know, goes far beyond the stage. And it's almost like a part of your life. So you have to live it as well.
I think it's also important that if as a result of making that presentation, you have established certain connections, since we're talking about social connections, I think it's important that somehow those connections are sustained.
Yes, and that takes us to another aspect of, you know, what you do when you hold presentations or speeches, right? You have to always drop your footprints at the end of it. You know, you get a call to action. There must always be a call to action. and you drop your footprints.
Which means that you're going to expect feedback.
You have to expect feedback, even if it's just to answer questions. But in most cases, what you're looking for is a relationship. Okay, it's a relationship, and so at the end of the ritual, this is where to find me. Okay, this is, I'm inviting you to join me again. Okay, so yes, you have to do that. That is a way of neatly tying up your presentation.
So JS, thanks a lot. I think we have established quite clearly that public speaking does build social connections.
Oh yeah.
And that we should ensure that relationships being as fragile as they can be, that we should nurture such connections and make sure that we sustain them and build them, and who knows what can come out of them. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.